Okay, so I wanted to explain a little bit about how you assign voices in a style using the voice and variation menu and explain sometimes what is a misunderstanding in how each voice is assigned to an arranger section. So if I go into view, if I go into voices and variations, you'll see that I get a list of 4 voices here that I can change. Now, those voices can be assigned to registrations A, B, C, or D. Any of the 4 in the top can be assigned to any of the 4 on the bottom. Sometimes people believe that this is the first icon is for arranger A, the second icon is for arranger B, arranger C, and arranger D, and that is not correct. You can assign the same voice to multiple arrangers. So let me kind of show you and walk you through this. First of all, for the voices to be active based on what you're going to set up, you need to make sure voices to A, B, and C, and D are on. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press, when I'm in arranger A, I'm going to assign the sax to it. Now I'm going to press arranger B, and you see symphony is assigned to it. I'm going to arranger C, Rhodes, and arranger D is the piano. Now, as you can see, that is counterintuitive to what you would expect. You can even have, and so for example now as I change, I'm going to go from arranger A to B, and so it should play symphony. When I go to arranger C, it should be the Rhodes piano. And when I go to arranger D, it should be jazz concert piano. Okay, I'm just using a foot switch to change these panel buttons here. And so let's say, for example, I want in arranger D jazz piano, and I also want in arranger C jazz piano. So when arranger C is selected, I can pick jazz piano. So now arranger D is jazz piano, and arranger C is jazz piano, right? Arranger B should be symphony, and arranger A should be jazz piano, jazz sax. Do you see that? I can also assign, for example, 3 voices, 3 of the same voices to, say, for example, the 3 arrangers. So I could put a Rhodes on arranger A, I could put a Rhodes on arranger B, I could put a Rhodes on arranger C, and then let's put on arranger D the symphony. So now I have Rhodes, 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 symphony, right? So if I go back to arranger A, you'll see it's Rhodes. If I go to arranger B, it's Rhodes. If I go to arranger C, it's Rhodes. If I go to arranger D, it should be symphony. So the important point to think about here is that these positions in the voice section are not associated with arranger A, B, C, and D respectively. Any one of those voices can be assigned to any one of the possible arranger combinations. Now, let's say, for example, that as we have here, I have the Rhodes assigned to A, B, C, and D. Right? Now I say, oh, I want to change that Rhodes to a guitar sound. Well, what's going to happen is because that particular slot, the second position, is assigned to arranger A, B, and C, when I change that Rhodes to a guitar, all 3 of the arranger sections will change to a guitar as well. So let me show you. So I'm going to go ahead and press and hold, and I'm going to pick a guitar here, right? And then we're going to take a look, and I have a guitar here now. So now, when I press A, I get a guitar. When I press B, I should get a guitar. Yep. When I press C, I should get a guitar. When I press D, I should get the symphony. So again, D is symphony, C is country guitar, B is guitar, and A is guitar. And that's because the position slots are assigned to the arranger, not necessarily the instrument itself within the slot. And that can be difficult sometimes to understand for beginners when they're trying to learn the arranger, or even more advanced users as they start to understand this. So I hope this helps clarify the concept a little bit, that those voices in itself, any one of them can be assigned to any one of the 4 arranger sections. Hope this helps.